Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Today we will address those trigger points in the neck, the back, the chest that limit our range of motion when we turn our head or reach our arms. If you sit at a desk working on a computer or you lift weights and have just very tight neck muscles, this class is for you. But first, let's test our range of motion with a twist. So lift tall through the spine, reach your left hand to your right knee, and then as you twist, turn your head as far to the right as you can go. Just notice what's going on, and then slowly release, and let's try the left side. Reach your right hand to the left knee, lift tall, then add the neck, turning to the left as far as you can go. And just notice the difference on the two sides and where your range of motion is. And make sure you compare this to the final twist at the end. You'll need a foam roller and 2 tennis balls. So let's get started. So now we're going to work on shoulders, neck with 1 tennis ball. We're going to lay on our backs with that 1 tennis ball. Feet flat. So I'm going to start on my left shoulder. So start on your left, because a lot of times our right's a little more tender. So we'll start on the left. Place this tennis ball basically where your backpack would go, but we're just using 1 right now, right behind that shoulder. So I'm going to sit up and show you. So if your backpack or something was hanging on your shoulder, it's right behind that shoulder there. Knees are bent. Good. Head is on the floor. You're going to lift your hips to a bridge. And just feel it gently pushing your body weight into that left shoulder, that tennis ball on the left side. Slowly lift your left arm and smile at the same time. Notice if there's any tension. Your head is neutral. Slowly start to reach your arm overhead. Now, if it gets to be too painful, then don't bring your arm all the way over. Do what you can. Breathe through it. And just pause. Hold that arm there. When you're ready, we're slowly going to start to bring the arm back. Back towards the hips. Straight arm. Slowly bringing it back. Now when the arm comes all the way to the floor, we're going to lower our hips back down. Then you're going to drop your knees to the left, towards the side of the tennis ball. And then go ahead and bend your left arm and make a cactus arm. And start to rock your knees up to the center and then back down to the left. And up to the center and back down to the left. Now this time we're going up to the center. Drop your knees now to the right. Little pressure off the tennis ball. Bring the knees back up. And then drop the knees to the left. So hopefully feels a little better. Now go ahead and rotate your head away from the tennis ball. Turn your head away. If you lose the tennis ball, just push it back down. And then bring the head to neutral and your knees back up to center. Go ahead and bring your left arm down next to your side and take that tennis ball out. And we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to turn around. So now you're going to take that tennis ball, place it in that soft spot right above. So it's on the right side, you're on your back. The tennis ball is right above that shoulder blade. Make adjustments and then gently press through your feet. Let's lift to a bridge. And just feel the pressure, slightly leaning the pressure towards your right side. And then start to bring your right arm up. And notice the difference on this side. As it comes up to the ceiling, it starts to reach slowly over your head. If you find a spot that it just doesn't feel comfortable to go any further, then that's where you stop. Maybe you go to the floor, maybe you don't. There's not a right or wrong. Well, wrong is if you are extremely in pain and you're forcing it. We don't want to go there. And then slowly start to bring your arm back, straight arm to the sky, and then slowly lower it to your hips. And then when the arm comes to the floor, slowly lower your hips all the way down. And then you're going to bend your right arm, cactus arm, and then drop both knees towards your right. And then back to center, and then to the right. And just notice the change. All we're doing is dropping the knees. So your weight goes on and off of that tennis ball. One more time, and then let's take those knees, drop them to the left. And then back up to center. Readjust the tennis ball if you need to. And then drop both knees to your right. And then rotate your head away from the tennis ball. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. If it bothers your shoulder too much to have that 90, you can always keep your arm down by your side. These type of things, you always want to listen to your body. If it doesn't feel good, then don't do that. Go ahead and bring your head back to neutral. The knees come back to center. Release the arm all the way down next to the body, and go ahead and release that tennis ball. Go ahead and just place it to the side. Hold on to the knees. Wrap your hands either around the thighs or the knees, and tuck your chin. And just stretch through these, you can feel the stretch through where you just had those tennis balls. And then gently let your head rock, tuck your chin and rock your head side to side. And then come all the way back to the floor. And then go ahead and roll yourself up. Feel free to roll to your side or roll straight up. And we're going to have a seat nice and tall. A couple of shoulder rolls. So the goal here is to get rid of the tension in the shoulders and the neck. Well, a lot of that is because we're so tight in the chest wall. So we're going to start on the left side, tennis ball in the right hand, and just place it. And I want you to just add pressure and just a little movement up and down and little circles. Up and down, up and down. And try to stay as tall as you can while you're doing this, and the chin in alignment, the neck in alignment. And maybe you'll find some spots. Bring that tennis ball now across the chest wall, back and forth, adding a little pressure. You can go down a little bit lower into that chest wall, adding pressure. If you find a spot, you want to put pressure on it. Bring that arm out to the side. So my left arm is out, and I'm pressuring with the tennis ball and circling that arm. Again, it's all connected. Maybe you feel more of a stretch in the bicep. And change direction. Bring that tennis ball to another spot. Add pressure, circle that tennis, or circle the arm and hold the tennis ball. Being gentle, if you've had any surgeries here, any rotator cuff, any injuries, circle the other direction. You might have some scar tissue. So again, trying to hydrate that tissue. All right, then we're going to release a couple shoulder rolls on that side. Switching hands, other side with the tennis ball. Bring that tennis ball to the right side. Little up, down, little circles. Don't forget to smile. Especially when you get to the right side. If you were on the left and you're left-handed, you probably felt more on the left. If you're right-handed, you might find more on the right. Just keep going back and forth across that chest wall. If you find a spot, pause, hold that tennis ball, and circle the arm all the way around. Don't forget to change directions on the arm. All the way. Circle, circle. We could just stay here all day doing this, right? But we won't, because we're going to work our way up. So a lot of this, the area here in the chest, the muscles connect all the way up into the neck, and they can affect us all the way up into our head, our jaw, So we're going to get there. So go ahead and relax. Bring the tennis ball down, shoulder roll. Both sides, moving the head, checking in. Go ahead and place the tennis ball on the floor. Interlace your fingers behind your back and gently pull the arms backwards. Just a nice little stretch. Go ahead and turn your head to the right and then to the left. Back to center. Go ahead and release those arms. A couple shoulder rolls. Up, back, and down. So we're going to get a little deeper. Now, sometimes we get the jaw pain can cause headaches too. So you're going to use your tennis ball and you're going to place it just on your jaw, right there on the jaw. A little pressure and open and close. If it's super painful, then lessen the pressure. It might make you cough when you get into the jaw because it connects all the way back down into that ear canal and the throat. So just gently move that tennis ball a little bit higher or lower. Not a lot of pressure. You don't want to pop anything out of joint. Just, again, it's the fascia tissue that we are getting to break down and get some hydration there if it's stuck, crystallized tissue. And then go ahead and switch sides. Other side. You might be surprised at how sensitive it is. See, it made me cough. Might tickle your throat when you're doing that, just because, again, all that ear canal, got trigger points there. How's that feeling for you? We have fascia tissue in our face as well. That's why it feels so good to get facials and massages. Hydrate that skin. All right, so when we're done with that, just a little massage with your fingers now on the jaw. Excellent. So now what you're going to do, I'm going to turn sideways. You can use a tennis ball, but first I want you to start with your fingers right behind your ear. And find a little pressure, there's a muscle right there behind the ear, and just draw downward. Follow that tissue all the way down. Now, as you're doing that, I want you to lean your head. So I'm on my left side. I'm leaning away from where my hand is pulling. You can even use a tennis ball, just a gentle, just a tiny little pressure. I'm just dragging it down just a little bit, like a little massage. Now, when you get there, let's say you're using your fingers, you're about halfway. Start to move your jaw up and down. You can feel how it's all connected. Pretty amazing. You can feel where it's tight. Let's try the other side. Hopefully you're learning something new today. It's always fun to learn new things. How our body works is amazing. So right behind the other ear, 2 fingers, and just gently rub. Made me cough, that little spot there. And start to lean your head away. I like to use fingers right here better. It's just a little less pressure than, you can use the tennis ball, but we just feel so much more when we use the fingers. We can tell what's going on. If you find a spot, open and close the jaw. How tense are you in the neck? Do you talk a lot? Maybe your neck's a little tense. Just thought I'd throw that out there. One more. Excellent. Go ahead and bring yourself back to neutral. Let's draw the chin to the chest and stretch out the back of the neck. And then bring it back to neutral. So that area we just massaged, we're going to stretch it. So I want you to bring your right ear to right shoulder. And then slightly start to lift your chin up. Relax your shoulders. Now, bring your teeth together and do a little clench release. You can probably feel it right on that side that we just had. You can even try your fingers there again. Feel What's going on? Clench those teeth. You can feel the jaw, you can feel the muscle down that side of the neck, the sternocleidomastoid, longest muscle of your neck. Slowly bring your head back to center. And drop your left ear to the left shoulder. Lift your chin slightly. Bring those teeth together. Clench that jaw. Clench, release, clench, release. Notice what's going on. You might even feel it all the way into the shoulder. Because guess what? It attaches it right up there behind the ear, and then all the way down to that clavicle. You can smile and clench or release. And then slowly bring it back to center. Let's drop the chin to the chest. And take a deep breath in. Let it out. Oh, excellent. Tennis ball. One more time. So you're going to take the tennis ball and you're going to go behind the neck. So before we were here, we're going behind the neck there, but not on the spine, just as close as you can. So before we were on the shoulder here, so you're going back here. So between, you're not on the back, but right above it, on the neck. And just add a little pressure and turn your head right and left, right and left. And then come back to center and draw your chin to your chest. Oh, now there you go. Feel that? Lift your head to neutral and draw your chin to chest. One more time. Head to neutral, chin to chest. Head to neutral. Release that tennis ball. Let's go to the other side. Not spending a ton of time there because we're going to use the roller too for the neck. So go ahead and bring that tennis ball. I don't know if you can see. So you're not on the back. You're on the back of the neck, but almost to the back. So where they connect there, not on the spine. Turn your head right and left, adding a little pressure with your hand on that tennis ball. Coming back to neutral, chin to chest, and release. Chin to chest, and release. Chin to chest, and release. Excellent. Go ahead and release that. All right, so 2 tennis balls, have them ready, but first thing we're gonna do before we get to those, we're going to roll our upper back. So we can get deeper, just kind of warm things up. You're gonna be so nice and refreshed, and the oxygen and blood flow to the brain. Go ahead and fingertips behind the ears, lift your hips and roll to the shoulder blades above them and then to the middle of the back. Nice little release there. One more time. Go ahead and find the middle of those shoulder blades, lower the hips, open the chest, support your head, drop both knees to your right, and turn your head and look to the left. And see if you feel any stretching going on in that armpit area. Go ahead and slowly bring the knees up, head to neutral, drop your knees to the right, turn your head to the, drop your knees to the left, turn your head to the right. Just go the opposite way. Good. Go ahead and draw both, roll onto your left hip all the way towards those knees and go into the armpit shoulder blade area. Again, if you have lymph nodes or anything missing in this area, you would stay back onto the back and not go into that chest wall. Otherwise, go into that roller, right at that armpit. Elbow is on the floor behind the roller. Your head is supported in your hand. Might find some trigger points here. So let's add some movement here. So you're on that armpit. Let's take the top arm, reach it overhead, really open things up, and then bring it back down forward. Rotate whole body, roll back onto those shoulder blades, and then back into that armpit. One more time. And then release. Let's try the other side. So you're just going to rotate onto the back. Fingertips behind your head, drop those knees to the right side, roll onto your right shoulder blade, elbow goes on the floor, and then rock into that chest wall and that armpit. option to bring the left arm overhead and then rock it. Reach that arm, really stretch out through the chest. Almost there. One more. Good. Now come all the way up. Have a seat. We're going to get to the neck and the shoulders in a moment, but I want you to feel this. It's kind of cool, and some of you will feel it, some of you won't. So if you put your fingers in the soft spot right behind your head in here, sit up tall, and then you close your eyes and move your eyes right and left, and you'll be able to feel maybe the muscles moving back there. Like I said, everything's connected. Just play around with it. It's kind of cool. Anybody feel that? I thought I could feel that. So hands are back there, and I'm just closing my eyes and moving my eyeballs with my eyes closed, right and left. And you can feel it right in the back of the neck. So we wonder sometimes if we get a headache and it's like, oh, our eyes bother us, or the migraines. Yeah. So going all the way onto the back of the, roll your roller above your head. We'll get there in a sec. 2 tennis balls. Remember how we did the one on each shoulder? So you're going to do that, but I want you to go lower so you're inside the shoulder blades. So just wherever you can reach. So they're going to be close here, close together, not on the spine, but right next to it. And then you can even slide your body forward so they slide down your between those shoulder blades a little more. Hips on the floor, head on the floor. If your head doesn't reach the floor, put a block under your head or the foam roller. Bring both arms up to the sky, and then reach your right arm overhead, left arm to the hip, and then reverse. So this can be a little intense. So use your body to take the weight, like pushing into your hips more if it's too much weight on them. Alternate reaching the arms overhead. Then we bring both arms up to the sky, and you go out to the side, and then bring them across the body like you're giving yourself a hug, and then open them up to the side, long like a T. Cross the opposite arm over like you're giving yourself a hug. Open and close. Continue that movement, making adjustments as needed. So remember how I said everything's connected. So you might feel this in the shoulders. So you might feel this all the way up into your head, maybe out to your arms. One more time. Now open the arms and let them rest. Maybe they don't go to the floor. Maybe they do. Maybe you can reach them out. Maybe you can bend them. Again, play around with what feels good to you. One more deep breath in. And then we'll bring the arms in, cross them over the chest. Go ahead and roll off of your tennis balls. Set them to the side. If that's like super painful, you don't have to do that for a long period of time. Just even a brief time, few minutes each day, it gets easier and easier. We're going to sit up. We're going to slide our hands underneath our thighs. Make your fists or 2, or interlace your fingers. Drop your chin to your chest and round through your upper back. So you really want to stretch out that area. Take a deep breath in. And then we're going to sit as tall as we can, keeping the hands where they are. Lengthen and stretch it out. You might feel it through the chest, through the neck. Maybe look to the right. Look to the left. Smile. Back to center. Chin to chest a little bit. Chin neutral. Release the hands. Let's lay all the way back on that foam roller now. So head is on the roller. The base of the skull. It's like a pillow. You want it to be comfy, hips down the ground. Turn your head to the left, and we're going to go right behind that ear, the left ear. So you're on the occipital bone, the bone at the base of the skull, and you're going to do a gentle nod, yes. You want it to feel good. Yep, feels so good. And then a little gentle nod, no. Massaging it out. Slide your body, now bring yourself neutral. You can do a circle if you want, and then slide your body towards the roller. So the roller is now going onto your neck, but you remember your head is tilted to the left. So you're going to nod yes again. So we had the tennis ball there earlier, but it was a little bit lower where the shoulder and the back meet. Now we're a little higher, getting it with the roller. Then you're going to roll yourself back down away from that roller so it goes back to the bone behind the ear. And then just roll your head now to the right. So now the roller's behind the right ear. Nod yes, so you're on the occipital bone, the base of the skull. And then left. And again, you might find some trigger spots, little circle each way. Keeping your head to the right, slide your body, inch yourself up towards the roller a little. So now that roller is a little more on the neck, but you're still tilted to the side. So you're getting into that muscle on the back of the neck there. And a little nod, yes, where we had the tennis ball. But again, the tennis ball was lower, and now we're a little bit higher on the neck. And you're not putting so much pressure that you're cutting off blood flow. You want to make sure you're gentle here. You want it to feel good. Last one. Good. Now we're going to inch ourselves back away from that roller so it goes back up onto the skull. And then I want you to bring the roller even higher up. So if you were to turn your head left, the roller is above your ear. And then roll yourself to the right, the roller is above your right ear. And then gently roll yourself back and forth. And the idea is to massage the fascia in your head. So we do have fascia there everywhere, from the toes to the top of the head. Rock yourself gently. Now it's not fast, it's slow across the head. Think of getting your head massaged at the salon. Feels so good. One more time each way. And then you're going to lift your head off the roller. Go ahead and let your head go all the way to the floor. If it doesn't reach, throw a blanket or a block under the head. Walk your shoulders away from your ears. Reach your fingertips towards your feet. And then gently turn your head to the right. And really walk your left hand towards your hip. Feel that stretch. Another breath. See if you can get your chin to go closer to the floor. Rotate a little deeper. Notice where you're feeling it on the left shoulder. Turn your palm upwards now and notice the difference. Slowly turn your palm down and bring your head back to neutral. Both palms are down. And then turn your head to the left. Walk your right hand towards your right foot. Feel the stretch. Bring your chin a little closer to the floor, not forcing anything. Turn your right palm up. Notice the difference. Turn your right palm down. Bring your head back to neutral. Slide your shoulders up to your ears and then all the way back down. Good. Let's hug the knees into the chest. And then bring your head up, tuck your nose to your knees. And then extend all the way back to the floor. Place your feet flat. Walk your feet out. Let's reach the arms overhead. Full body stretch. And then bring those hands next to the body. Good. Bend your knees. Let's roll to one side and push yourself up. Go and sit up nice and tall, cross-legged. Interlace the fingers behind the back and stretch the arms back. Keep the chin in alignment. And then look to your left. And then all the way to the right. And then back to center. Bring the hands next to the body. Shoulders relaxed. So we have one more stretch. So we just rolled the back of the neck, so we do want to get that as well to stretch. So bring your left hand palm side upwards on your low back. Turn your chin to the right side of your chest, drop it down. And feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Now, if you want more, you can always place your fingertips on your head. But never force it. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Release the hand from the head. Slowly bring your head back to middle. Hand on the thigh. Other side. Left chin to left side of the chest, and just breathe and pause here. And just notice the stretching in the back of the neck. And then slowly bring your head back to center. Slide your shoulders up to your ears, and then all the way back down. And then let's do some big shoulder rolls, and let your head move. Good. Sit up tall. Take a deep breath in. Rotate to the right. A little extra twist. Turn your chin all the way to the right, shoulder to the back wall. And then slowly release. Let's try the other side. Rotate, look the other way. And then back to center. Hopefully you have blood flow to the brain now, and you're feeling wide awake and just better. Thank you for joining me. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale, palms to heart space. Namaste.